Hello guys, and welcome back to Making a Cat Cry. For those who didn't see it, sorry about the break. I've been sick for a bit, but I'm feeling better now, so we can continue. Where Aggie was about to show his magic powers to Cadia, because that could mean that Cadia could have magic, because Aggie the ghost could just give it to her instead of her having to ask people for it. Aggie, extrapolate. Didn't We're that strong. Oh, it's a flash. Well, here we go. Flash player. What are we gonna do once flash player's gone? That's a new art style. So you made it snow? You said, and I quote, that you were a wet, homeless, jobless nobody out in the rain. So I solved the rain, and now you're not. Uh, I'm pretty sure that all you did was make me cold and wet. Since I don't have anywhere to stay, maybe you could just, like, bring the rain back so I don't die from exposure? Exposure. Probably just a lie to keep people from having fun in the cold. Have you ever gotten sick in snow before? I grew up in the desert, so... So, for all you know, you could be some kind of magic snow-proof cat who can spend days in subarctic temperatures without any ill effects. With no evidence one way or another, it's entirely irrational to assume a little snow will hurt you. Ergo, my rain solution was perfect, and I just solved all your problems. Show a little appreciation. So, come on. What? Get up! Go, explode something! Go on an adventure! You're sitting there like a defective hat stand, even though I totally just solved your problems. Look, I know you're just trying to help or something, but I'm already having a bad day, on top of a bad life, and I really don't need this right now. My problems aren't the sort of thing you can just solve with some flashy magic. But we're astronauts. Solving problems with flashy magic it's our thing. It's what we're good at. Then why wasn't I good at it? I'm sorry, it's just I wanted to be good at it. I wanted it more than anything. When I started using magic, I thought I had finally found my place, and all I got out of it was another reminder that my best wasn't good enough. I thought I was something special, and it turned out I was just as worthless, broken, and expandable as I always knew. Hmm. No. See, that's where we disagree. And disagreeing with a dark elf is more colloquially known as being wrong. We are Atronox, the most magical of all mortals, or ex-mortals. Sure, you've got all these sensible, well thought out reasons about why we're worthless, why you're worthless, or why you'll never amount to anything. And sure, they're probably good reasons that are perfectly correct if you abide by ordinary peasant logic. But therein lies your problem. Cat, you're not thinking like a witch hunter. Thinking like a witch hunter. Exactly. Anyone can employ common sense, but being a witch hunter requires more accurate interpretations of the world. You've got to see things like they really are, even when they might not be that way. You need to use things like history or art appreciation. You have to draw from what you know and what you don't know. They're basically the same thing, anyways. As in, what I know is the same as what I don't know? Now you're thinking like a witch hunter. No, I'm just confused. And talking to an insane dead person, what are you feverishly trying to say? And what does it have to do with hunting witches? What I'm saying, Flea Basket, is that there's more than one way to pick up magic. Witches rely on power. Daedra, also power. Magical creatures, they're dumb. Anything they can do is just plain old power. Power, power, power. Everyone who causes problems is just because they have pure, raw power. A witch hunter, though, a witch hunter has smarts, like me. When faced with an unstoppable power, we have the tools to stop it. We're creative, we're twisted, and we're tricky, and most importantly, we get things. And if there's one thing Khajiit are good at, it's being tricky, being smart, and being creative. Also, working plantations, but apparently that's illegal now. Well, no, that's before the Elder Scrolls. I'm not smart, though. Are you sure? Positive? If you're not smart, then how do you know you're right about yourself not being smart? Checkmate. I'm not smart. 2 days ago, I didn't even know lumber came from trees. Some of it also comes from moldy maple logs you find on the ground. Past you was just keeping an open mind. Okay. Yesterday, I let an alchemist convince me into giving her all my money and belongings and working out of the building naked, thinking I had done her some great services. Yet, you apparently realized otherwise, implying you were able to break through whatever spell she used on you. I constantly display no comprehension of my own limits. Just an hour ago, I tried to flip a table and couldn't get it 3 inches off the floor. Now that's disconcerting. Where is this offending fragment of furniture? In the tavern, but I don't see what that... Well, no wonder you couldn't flip this table. It has an unsolved puzzle on top. What does that have to do with anything? You must not spend a lot of time in ancient ruins. You must not spend a lot of time in ancient ruins. I've seen this one before in my long elven life. I believe it's called a jumpy peg thing. You jump the pegs over each other into empty spaces, removing the peg they just jumped over and trying to clear all but one. Idiots used to determine when it's time to banish one another from Idiots use it to determine when it's time to banish one from their fold. Hmm. Solving? Solving it so you can flip the table should be a trivial matter for a fellow Archonok like yourself. I already told you I'm not smart or puzzly or anything like that. Then prove it. She's gonna flip this table just at him if he keeps going on like this. And I mean, I guess that would prove his point. Uh, oh no. Do I actually have... Oh no. Um, um, okay. It's a dead end if I jump that there, but that's the only jump I can make, because now there's never gonna be a way for me to jump one there, unless... Oh. Nope. Did that wrong. Because now I can never get one here. And this is a dead end, because I can never get one there. There. are a bunch of pieces left and no possible moves. Are you convinced now? No, you just need to put them back and try again. You know, there's a word for messing up so badly you have to start over. It's called failing. Anyone's gonna mess up the first time they do something. If you call that failing, then the process of doing something right entails doing it wrong a whole bunch of times. And that makes about as much sense as going so far east that you suddenly end up in the west. That technically by the world map, that is how it works. Because, like, it's western, never east, right? Yeah, like, eastern side is, like, London and all of that, and then western side is America and whatnot. Is that the same when you're in London? Do they say that they're eastern, and then just call Americans the Westies or something? I don't know. I don't actually know. Huh. That is actually a thing that happens. Okay. Exactly! So set up the puzzle and try again. With gusto this time. Okay. So it doesn't matter what move we make there, because there are only two possible moves. That was bad. Ooh, I'd have to get rid of that one, which would require that. Oh, I feel like that was right, but I just messed it up. This is stupid. I already told you I'm not the sort of person who can just figure stuff out. Well, obviously, since Khajiit aren't people, but I think you're wrong. I think you're just as intelligent as any Khajiit, or any Actronach. I think you're just still too dumb to realize you're smart. You realize I can't be dumb and smart, right? Like, those two states are mutually exclusive. Those are big words. Just because two things are mutually exclusive doesn't mean you can't do both at once. Uh, that's... okay. That's the definition of mutually... That's literally what it means! Oh, so now you're all book smart on me. I knew you were holding out. You're going to tell me to try again, aren't you? Exactly. Uh, One time when I was at a Cracker Barrel... Wait. What? Is it? What was that? Uh... That was weird. Let's try that. Oh, I don't think I can win from here. Nope. Everything's limited to these edges for jumps, but maybe if I did... nope. These are all stuck now. I'm not any good at this. At solving any puzzles or with your hands. That's an oddly specific way of putting it, but yes. Then maybe you're doing it wrong. Maybe you should use your mouth. Are you good at using your mouth for things? There's no answer to that question that will look good for me. You must not know a lot about Dummer culture, because yes, there is. And given the flagrant lack of counter-evidence, it's entirely possible that you are some kind of mysterious mouth genius who can instantly solve puzzles using highly strategic mouth. That's literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard. It probably wouldn't make any difference, you realize? Ah, but every probably won't is a maybe would in disguise. Now I just can't even see what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure this is the right start. Okay. Wait, no, that was terrible. Yeah. Unsurprisingly, enough. I guess Genius Mouth is out. You should probably just try normal again. Look, I know you're a ghost and look, I know you're ghost insane. You have my pity, but when are you going to realize this is stupid and accept that I'm worthless and not any kind of genius or prodigy? Honestly, as soon as you give up. That'll be the point where your actions lead to failure rather than success. But you're still here. You could have walked away at any point, but you're still doing a dumb puzzle for a mad ghost, trying to prove you can't do it, even though with each try you're only more likely to prove yourself wrong. That's oddly not dumb. I knew that's what he's going for, but... And I think you want to be wrong. I think you want to believe that maybe, just maybe I'm right about you. And that's why you haven't given up? So, should I try again? That depends. Will you? So I know it goes like that. That doesn't look good, but we can always try. This one's kind of stuck. This one's kind of stuck. Oh, this isn't good at all. I'm kind of remembering what I did the last few times, up to where I started to mess up, but it's not really helping me get closer. Remembering is a good first step in things like this. You just have to remember forwards instead of backwards. Remember forward? Exactly! It's like remembering backwards, but rather than reliving things you already did, you relive the things you haven't quite done yet. One of them is presumably the right thing. Ergo, you just have to remember it. You, you realize that people can't just remember the future, right? What did I tell you about Khajiit being people? Anyways, you don't have to remember the whole future. Start with something simple like remembering the past up to the point where it stops being part of the future you want. Then, when you remember the right part of the future, just remember the past, and then, suddenly, you've remembered the future. I have literally no clue what you just said. Just try again, but think like a witch hunter. I saw like one of those weird lines appear again, but I moved too quickly to see what it was pointing for me to do. This is bad. Very bad. I really don't see what this has to do with magic or hunting witches. Well, when you look at the little game board, what do you see? A bunch of wooden pegs, which I guess you stole from that guy? No, that's what's there. What do you see? I guess I see another little thing I'm bad at. Ideas that looked like they were working but didn't. Places I messed up. Time wasted. Paths that ended poorly. I see that a lot though. That's nothing special. Something doesn't have to be special to be magic. Power is subtletly? Power is subtletly. And the strongest magic within you is the thing that might not be magic at all, because by their nature, they definitely are, maybe. It's about possibilities. What? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm telling you. It's a puzzle. There's a stronger hidden magic between the obvious. You have to see things past what they really are and into what they might really be. Embracing consistency as it suits you for the application of the most mundane of purposes. Reach through logic and move it. Th- no, that nothing you're saying makes any sense. Exactly, nothing makes sense. That's insanity. The world doesn't make sense. You have to make sense of it. You have to decide what you are and what you are not. You have to decide what's possible and what isn't. Others will try to tell you because that's how they control you. You have to decide if they're right. If you make a good enough argument, maybe reality will agree. The Cyrodiilic mages have a word for it: mysticism. It's about knowing facts, but being smart enough to know that maybe facts are wrong. It's doing something pointless, giving it a point. It's seeing the world like it might be, rather than it is. It's the magic of embracing, living insanity so deeply that the world itself can change around you. It's realizing that sometimes you just have to go a little crazy, and everything will turn to scrib jelly. This puzzle is still a banal and a tedious piece of... And I don't know how to solve it, though. Then figure out how, like a witch hunter. I don't really know. Act like a witch hunter. Look like a witch hunter. Be a witch hunter. Perfect. Now, can you solve this puzzle? Probably not, but I'll give it a try. Okay, let's see if it does anything if I wait here. If I go here. What? Bum 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 bum. That's so many things. Bum 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 bum. Mm, no. Wait. Nope. I see where I went wrong. I'm going to try it again. There, 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 there. 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 Is it here? Ooh, that... Oh, that's so close. Wait. Oh. That only took a little bit of help. Done. Perfect. Now, do it without touching the pieces. Wait, what? That wasn't... That's not how... Okay. Only took me a little bit of guidance. Didn't need guidance for the whole thing. I kind of lost the guidance on the second half, but it made it a lot easier to problem solve. Aggie, wait, why am I back here? Okay. Becadia, you solved the puzzle. That means now you can flip the table. Well, I appreciate the table flipping thing on a symbolic level. This table still weighs like 200 pounds. It's not going anywhere. Raise an eyebrow, then ask if the weird ghost is referring to your flaky telekinesis, which is barely capable of flipping a breadstick even under the best of circumstances. Your attention turns back to the ghost, and you ask him if he means, like, telekinesis? Exactly, he says. The baguette and butter of any witch's arsenal. It's the most basic, most elegant, and most useful form of mysticism, the art of taking something that shouldn't move and respectfully disagreeing with its questionable life choices, the simple act of making something happen just because it's possible, not because it's likely. Surely you have experience with it. I've knocked some things over. One time I flipped some pews in a burning chapel, but I was kind of in a bad place and don't think I can do it again. It's not something I really control. No, it's something you don't know how to control. You should have learned by now that what you know and what is real don't necessarily overlap. Flip the table. You solved the puzzle, Katia. Now flip the table. Flip it with your might. All right. So the telekinesis is something you don't know how to control. It doesn't make it any better. I don't know. I don't exactly have access to any kind of training, and I don't really know where to begin figuring this stuff out on my own. The guardian spirit raises a ghostly eyebrow. Surely, if you've used telekinesis before, you found something that worked it. I uh, confess that when I used telekinesis in the past, it was by coming up with obscurely derogatory puns comparing myself to any animal besides a cat, usually a bird. Bird puns, he asks. Yeah, I said. Bird puns? Yeah, that's the kind of stuff most people do for destruction magic, not mysticism. Well, I'm sorry. It's almost like you're a homeless immigrant with no formal magical education who has no way of knowing this stuff. Honestly, it'd be impressive if you could even knock over a domino using your telekinesis in such a brutish way. So, how am I supposed to use it then? Like a witch hunter, he replies. Rather than pushing with sheer force of will, push with your mind. Give something a reason to move rather than applying the force yourself. Your old angel may have been brutish. Your old angle may have been brutish, but you found something that works. You just have to refine it into something that works well. So you want me to reverse engineer nonsensical bird puns into a cohesive reason that inanimate objects should be able to move on their own free will? Exactly, and look! There's even an unsolved puzzle on this table. You should solve it telekinetically. I just solved that puzzle literally 2 minutes ago. I don't remember that, and I think you're making it up. If he is indeed referring to your flaky telekinesis, remember to take off your amulet before you attempt to cast it. Wouldn't want to look stupid. Take off the amulet. You've got some magic to do. As soon as you reach for the amulet, the ghost holds up a hand to stop you. That's hands. Whoa, 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 he says. Is that an amulet of silence? Yeah, is that a problem? No, he says. In fact, it's a good thing. Why don't you keep that on? Because I need to take it off to cast spells? I'm not asking you to cast spells, I'm asking you to use magic. An amulet's not gonna stop that. Tell about incident with uncontrolled fire. Wait, hold on. You're saying that an amulet of silence, even when it's working fine, doesn't stop all magic? Well, yeah, he says. If a silencing spell stopped all magic, then it would instantly kill ghosts, daedra, imps, vampires, wisps, any other kind of magical creature. Maybe even Khajiit. Yeah, Khajiits are kind of like... Khajiits and Argonians are both made like completely from magic. All silencing a spell does is keep you from guiding your magic into complex spells. So if I was, say, wearing an amulet of silence, And then everything around me started uncontrollably catching on fire, even things that shouldn't burn. That's normal? That's why the stone was burning. No, he says. That's weird, but it's possible. Unicorn. It's like, imagine your magic is a horse. No, no, a unicorn. Out there doing its own thing. And if there's a bridge or something over a road, it can't just run right under it. Its horn might scrape along the bottom and make some sparks if its head is too high. But that's not going to stop it from being a unicorn. But when you stick a rider on that unicorn, all of a sudden those bridges become a problem. You have more control over what a unicorn does, but you're going to waste a ton of energy trying not to fall off it. And also, if you tried to go under a low bridge, it's probably going to take your head off. That's not a mistake I'm making a second time. Okay. Anyways, I think the bridge stood for something you were talking about, but I don't remember what. I remember my analogy was amazing. Amazingly apt, though. That's basically how you have to look at things if you want to use telekinesis proper. Use magic. Yeah, use magic. The only magic you know is the kind that burns things down, Katia. Ask Aggie how you're supposed to move the pieces with magic. So, what you're saying is that to use telekinesis, the most basic piece of mysticism, I need to reverse engineer bird puns into a logical argument for why inanimate objects should move by their own accord, which I then use to tame a metaphorical unicorn into affecting the world around me? Exactly, the ghost says. Told you, mysticism was a piece of cake. Well, I'm gonna leave it here, where we're trying to figure out how to telekinesis proper. Different school of magic that I actually wasn't expecting Cadia to go down. I was thinking destruction and necromancy, actually, from the way things were shaping up, but you know what? Mysticism actually sounds like it could be nice for her. Um, well, anyways, thank you guys for watching and putting up with my atrocious peg problem solving. Uh, so I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, see ya.